Welcome to this Yin practice. So we're practicing Yin Yoga, which means that our target area now is more looking at the deep tissues and the tendons and the ligaments. And the specific workout I've designed for when you come home, perhaps from work, a busy day, living a modern day life, and you're almost tired and wired and you just need to release and let go, undo maybe chronic sitting, tight shoulders, perhaps your back's niggling. You're just going to come in, relax and unwind. So traditionally in Yin, we're sort of holding the postures for longer, for say 2, 3, up to 5 minutes. When we go through the postures today, you may need to alter your position a little bit, but remember the 3 golden rules. So number 1, find your point. This is your point of tension, the point where you feel a challenge. Don't go too far, don't go too little, like that Goldilocks position, just right. Number 2, be still. We may move a little bit throughout the postures, and maybe just to alter position, but in general, we're trying to be as still as possible. And then number 3, just breathe. Okay, and when we're still, remember the muscles relax, the breath relaxes, calms the mind. So this is to open up the back, the hips, the shoulders, and also we're using this workout to relax the liver and the kidneys in the positions that we're using to energize the body and calm the mind. So in a seated position, first of all, I've got this timer and it basically helps me know how long we're in each posture. So you can use a timer or download a timer. This little sand thing here has got the different minutes on it. So if you see me using that, that's what I'm using that for. So coming into a sitting position, we're just going to first just lie back into the mat and melt into the ground. So find a comfortable position. Your hands might be here by the side. They might be over the head, just to open up the shoulders a little bit, to the side, or just out to the side. The legs can be as mine are, or you can bring them in together to open up the hips. And again, just do whatever feels good for you. Your feet are relaxed. Your toes are relaxed. Let your feet just fall out to the side. Your knees are relaxed. Relaxing your hip. And just let your abdominals, just let them, your stomach, just let them just be. Just let go of them. Your bum is relaxed. Working up the top of the body. Your chest is relaxed. And the top of your shoulders, we're just letting go, like a let go into the mat. And also your fingers and your wrists, just let everything sink. And it is like a surrender. It's like a letting go of the day's tensions. The neck's relaxed, the chin's relaxed, the cheeks are relaxed, the forehead's relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. And then just to start our relaxation, let's bring our attention to our breath. So we're breathing in and out of the nostrils. And first of all, just to take the day off, we're going to do 3 big inhales with a big exhale out of the mouth. So every inhale is bringing energy and support for the body, and every exhale is just letting go of the tension that we hold in the muscles and the emotions, everything that's happened within a day. So inhale through the nose and release. Let the back and the lower back and the mid back sink into the mat. Inhale. And last one, inhale. And now just breathing in and out of the nostrils. And let's connect with our breath. This might be the first time today that you've noticed that you're breathing. And we're just going to start to breathe into the stomach. So inhale, filling up the stomach, and release. And as we breathe into the stomach, filling up the stomach, lift the air up so you're filling up the ribs. and release. Lift the air up into the ribs, and then up into the top of the collarbone, the clavicle, and release. And let's keep this momentum just for a few more seconds, breathing into the belly, lifting up to the ribs, up to the collarbone, and release. And then let your breath be your point of focus, your point of concentration. So as thoughts and you replaying the day that's just happened, keep bringing your focus back to your breath. So into your belly, lifting up to your ribs, up to your collarbone, and release. Into your belly, lifting up to your ribs, up to your collarbone, and release. And then from there, just start to bring your attention back to your body. Move your fingers, move your toes, move your head from side to side. And then from there, we're just going to move our body over to the wall. I'm just going to grab my timer. If you've got a timer, bring it somewhere you can see it so you don't have to keep moving your neck. And then from that position, we're going to move our legs up against the wall. And then from there, just allow your legs to separate if you want the nice deep stretch within the thighs and the hips. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, leave your legs together. So if you're going for the hip stretch, now your hands, if you want to invite opening up the shoulders or the back, you can just place these here. Or the hands can be out to the side. If this feels uncomfortable for you, your hands can be on the stomach like this. You've just got to go to your point. And now from here, we're going to be still and sink into the ground and start to connect with how good this really makes you feel. And you might begin to notice that the breath goes a little bit louder or heavier as you inhale and exhale and feel the tension of the day, everything that might have happened, good or bad, starts to leave the body through the breath. And you begin to connect with how nice it feels and how the breath begins to almost quieten after a while. Inhale and long exhales. And if you feel like the position is too uncomfortable, if you feel any tingling or any electrical feelings, then just bring your legs either a little bit closer or you can bring them straight. But enjoy the support of this beautiful hip opening with your back supported, pushing down into the floor beneath you. And start to relax the top of your shoulder blades and your upper back also in the mat, and letting go of the tension on the top of your shoulders and in your neck, and just let everything sink into the ground. Oh. And if any thoughts are coming through your mind, or you're going over your day or thinking about tomorrow, just bringing your mind back to your breath. And just enjoying the feeling of letting go, the release. And then from there, we're just going to bring the legs together slightly, or if your legs are already together. And then just grab your knees and hug them into the chest, however way that you can, or you can go underneath You can grab your elbows if that's not possible, just your hands. And push your lower back into the floor. And again, and the shoulders, and just feel this beautiful release. And the chin slightly down, just elongating the neck. This feels good. And then just placing your arms out to the side, just gently coming and rolling up onto the mat. And then coming into all fours position. So I'm going to show you a couple of options here. So I'm in tabletop position. And then from there I'm just going to widen my knees and bring my feet in line. Now my feet, my toes will come out, yours may not, it doesn't matter, yours may go in, but where we want to feel this if you're doing the frog stretch is between the inner thighs. There's a beautiful hip release. So from here, for me, I'm just playing around with the position and then I'm just sitting back and feel this deep stretch within the hips. You can stay in this position. You can stretch your hands out if that feels good. If this doesn't work for you at all, then you can come into child's pose by putting your feet onto the heels and just reaching out in front like so. So find your position. And just breathe in here. And with this type of yoga, what's more important than your body being in a specific position? I'm going to give you cues like, for example, your ankles should be in line with your knees. But what's really important is that you're feeling it in the area that it should be felt. So if you're in this position now, you might feel it in other areas, but you want to be feeling it in the hips. If you feel pressure on your knees, you can place cushions under your knees or under your ankles just to add support. It's not a matter of pushing through the pain. It's just a matter of finding your point of tension in that tight area and just breathing through it and being still. And this is where we make amazing differences to our tendons and deep tissue and also to our fascia. And again, it feels good. The release you can feel within your breath. And just tension leaving the body. And if you feel like you need to adjust at all because you're feeling too much pain or tingling or numbness, then just move your body in a way that feels good for you. You can lift your head up and place your hands on here. You can have a cushion in front of you. Basically making yourself feel good to be able to stay in this point of tension, your point of tension that works for your body. And then to come out of this, coming back into child's pose. And then from there, we're just going to lower down onto the chest and come up into a baby cobra. So feet pointing backwards, hands out in front of you. And this is it's a nice position quite often if you're struggling with herniated disc or back-related issues. Just a nice stretch in the spine. If it feels better for your back to have your feet wider, then you can adjust them. But relax your shoulders and just allow yourself just to sink into the mat. So you're just letting gravity do the work here in these stretches. And you can stay in this position if this feels good, or if you want just sort of a deeper back extension, you can come and lift up. And again, if you are suffering from a herniated disc or something of that sort of description, this can feel really good if you've been sitting all day. Often people ask, is this good for a herniated disc? And I think of course you'd always seek professional help, but if it feels okay, if it doesn't feel painful and it feels released, then it's usually a good stretch for that. If it feels pain or tension or feels awkward for the body, then it's usually not a good position to be in. And again, just try and relax the shoulders. Relax the head and the jaw. And then from there, we're just going to sit back again into child's pose. So stretch out, either with your hands in front or relaxing your arms by the back and just sinking in here. And then from there we're going to come back onto the front and we're going to place our hand in a right angle. I like to keep mine up here just to open up the front of the chest. I'm going to bring my left arm's up there, my right arm's in here, and I'm just going to twist over. Now play around with this angle. If this is too intense, just lift your foot off slightly or put your arm straight, or you can move your arm up further. If you're in this position and you're feeling any tingling or numbness or electrical feeling, there's a nerve that always can get irritated in this position, so just back off. So either release your leg a little bit, move your arm position, or bring your arm out flat. It's a beautiful opening for the front of the chest, an area that gets very tight. So just allow your body just to sink into the mat. As your muscles relax, requiring less energy, so does your breathing. And as your breathing relaxes, so does your mind and your nervous system. And then coming back over to straight, we're just going to change sides here, so choose your option. And again, just notice that each side is different. So for example, this side is a little bit tighter for me, so play around with just move it a little bit higher and just breathe in here.
And you'll notice that the muscle that's under the pectoral, just here, the pec minor, this gets so tight and has a massive impact on our back and our posture. But releasing it after we've been working or leaning forward or doing stuff all day, again, just relieves so much tension and emotions that are trapped in the body. Feel so good. Especially if you're somebody that works out in the morning, to do this in the evening is a perfect setup for your morning workout. A rebalance for the body. And then lastly, we're just going to come over onto our backs and do our beautiful lower back stretch. So I'm just going to bring my mat a little bit further out. And from here, give yourself plenty of room because you don't want to be touching anything. Spread your arms out to the side. And then I'm just going to take my knee. I want to keep my shoulder on. Just take my knee over to the side and looking towards my straight arm. Again, don't push this so we kind of get that going on. And also you'll find that when you first get into this position, you may feel stiff. Just breathing into it, to your point. And again, just start to connect with the beautiful feeling of the release that it gives to your lower back and upper back. This beautiful spine twist. And all the exercises that we're doing today, not only are they working the shoulders and the back and the hips, but they're also, there's a focus on the massaging of the abdominal organs, the liver, the kidneys, and also the bladder. So it's working not only in our deep ligaments and tissues, but also our organs as well. A real detox for the day. It's also quite nice to put some essential oils on just to relax and calm you, or maybe listen to some nice music while you're doing the sequence by yourself. Lastly, over to the other side, so taking my left knee now, Again, you might notice one side is tighter. The breathing may seem heavier again. As everything starts to release. Thoughts pop into your mind or to-do list, just again keep thinking about your breath and just letting go for the next couple of minutes. If you feel any tingling or funny sensations, just ease up out of the stretch, which would mean just lifting your knee up a little bit higher. Remember that if you push the body too much, or the tendons or ligaments, the body closes up and tightens to protect itself. So you kind of end up worse off and tighter. And this is quite often what stops people carrying on with their practice, because they feel they're going backwards. But it's actually more to do with the fact that you push too hard and the body's closing up to protect itself. Whereas you just take it to your point, breathe and be still. All the benefits will come the more you practice. And then from there, we're just going to sit back and again just allow the body to sink into the mat. And I'll leave you now in your own time to stay here for as long as you need. And just enjoy the work that you've just done and the beautiful feeling of Yin Yoga.